So financial planning in itself is about managing your life. It is not about just managing money. In fact, nobody has become richer by earning a salary or by becoming an entrepreneur. People have become richer by investing money and growing it further.
How do you know if the one that you're going to is actually good at their job or is giving us the best advice that we need?
What is important is that we have to take the advice from the right person only, not from everyone. That's important because it is about our hard-earned money.
Are people honest about their relationship with money?
So, in fact, we have seen a journey. We were not honest. We used to hide because obviously we always had a worry that if I tell someone that I've got money, people will snatch it away from me.
And what is the right age to start financial literacy?
I would say that, say, when you are 8 or 9, from that age only, you should start learning these aspects. See, women are better financial planners around the world. There have been so many examples. If you look at your own mother and yourself, right? Whatever money our parents used to give to our mothers, they used to manage everything and in fact save something out of it. Right? We have been a society wherein we used to earn money first and worry where to spend later. But today we have become a society wherein we spend money first and then worry from where will I earn and repay.
Hello and welcome to the Statesman Talk with me, Deepti J. Varma. Today we are being joined by Mr. Krishan Mishra, who is the CEO of FPSB India, which is also a subsidiary of the global FPSBs. It's the Financial Planning Standards Board. So we'll first get to know from him what exactly is the body and what is the role of this body in India.
Sure. And thank you, Deepti, for inviting me here.
Thank you for joining us. Yeah.
It's an honor to be here. So talking about Financial Planning Standards Board, which is my parent organization, the organization comes from US, Denver, Colorado State. And what we do is that we set the standards for financial planning worldwide and also examine and certify people towards a very important gold standard certification named as Certified Financial Planner. Currently, we have got more than 223,700 plus professionals who are working across the globe and helping their clients day in, day out. And in fact, in India, we started as an Indian professional body. We are completely 100% subsidiary. And we also examine and certify people towards this certification. And practically, we have got more than 2731 plus professionals who are working with their clients. In fact, 50% of the professionals are currently working as entrepreneurs and they're practicing in the country. And rest are employed with the best of the
How long is this program?
So normally, this program can be done within 1 year to 1.5 years. That's the normal time period. And for somebody who is a professional and who carries a few years of experience, they can apply towards the fast track program and complete this program within 8 to 10 months.
Okay, talking about the attitude towards financial planning in India at an individual level, where do you think we are at right now? Do we understand money as well? And where do you see the future of financial planning for a personal, at an individual level?
This is a very important question, Deepti, and practically I'll tell you that we have been a society wherein we used to earn money first and worry where to spend later. But today we have become a society wherein we spend money first and then worry from where will I earn and repay. So it has completely changed for us. We have seen a very good journey because previously we used to earn money in say hundreds. And from there in 90s we moved towards thousands. And then later on from 2000 onwards we started talking about CTCs in lakhs. And from there, post-2020, we are talking about CTCs in crores. And the disposable income for a lot of people has actually gone up. In fact, practically, we never had good number of financial products in our country before. But in the last few years, if you look at the growth of the mutual fund industry itself, it has grown from 9 lakh crore to 55 lakh crore. So that's the way in which the market is growing and people are diversifying their portfolio. Apparently, what has happened is we are educated, but we are not financially educated as Indians. And what we need is a financial education from school level to college to university or wherever we are. We should actually go ahead and study this. We might come from any walk of life. And I can tell you that we have got CFP professionals who are scientists, who are doctors, who are engineers, who are army officers, ex-army officers, Air Force, naval officers, and people who have been in the bureaucracy or maybe senior managing directors and CEOs of various organizations who are currently the CFP professionals. And these people, either they are helping their organizations grow or they are helping individuals grow by giving them the right advice.
Or also just for themselves?
For themselves too, because it is a life skill. Because once you learn this, you will not be dependent on anyone else for your finances.
What we were talking about earlier, you said that earning the same amount of money, I can become richer.
That's right.
With the same amount of money. Is this a life skill that helps me achieve like maximum optimization of what I'm earning?
So financial planning in itself is about managing your life. It is not about just managing money. Practically what happens is whatever we earn, there are certain things which are not in our control. right? For example, the inflation is not in our control, taxes are not in our control, the money supply which is being managed by the RBI or the interest rates are not in our control. What is in control is our own incomes. And whatever is left with us, if we are able to save well, if we are able to invest well, if we are able to protect well, and we are able to create a legacy for our future, for our families, then we'll be on the right path. So this entire financial plan is practically a very scientific process wherein we try to understand the needs of people, we try to understand their risk appetite, their income expenses, their budgets, etc. And their life goals are framed basis that. Now, interestingly, our life goals are ever evolving. They are not static, right? So, for example, 22, I have got a goal. 28, I'll have another goal. 35, I'll have another goal. 50, I'm thinking about my retirement. So every time I'll have a different goal. For achieving all these goals, we need to leave it to the expert. Most of the times what happens is we try to do it ourselves. And do it yourself or do it ourselves is practically a syndrome. It's like a disease. One should stay away from that. Leave it to the expert. If you're not a pilot, never try to fly a plane, right? So it's not your job. Let the pilot do that job. So what is important for us is to understand that they're experts, they are financial doctors available in the country, and the best person to do it for you is the certified financial planner professional.
How do you know if the one that you're going to is actually good at their job or is giving us the best advice that we need?
Correct. So this is very important. And if you look at social media, we will see a lot of people who are coming
Yeah,
and giving us advice. In
that's
fact,
true.
your uncle will become an advisor, your father will become an advisor, your son or daughter will also become an advisor. What is important is that we have to take the advice from the right person only, not from everyone. That's important because it is about our hard-earned money. Never believe your blood also for this, right? So that's something which I would like to give as an advice here from my side. Second is check the credentials of the person who is coming and talking to you. If the person is there to just sell you a product, right, that's not financial planning. That's practically a transaction or a sale. What is important is that a person should be there with you as a consultant. And once that person has holded your hand, this person should not leave you because your goals will keep on evolving and every time you'll need their help. Like a family doctor, they have to remain with you at each and every stage
It's a
or a
long-term
milestone.
partnership.
That's right. That's right.
And are they given the skill set to understand what a person, like it's a uniquely personalized plan then? So when you're giving them the certification, are you also teaching them how to kind of read a person's mind and their priorities?
So this is very important. And in fact, we have recently introduced a program called Psychology in Practice.
Oh, wow.
Right? That how do you understand the psychology of the
Yeah.
individuals? And in fact, see, the entire process of financial planning depends on the consumer behavior. Right? And we will behave on certain things differently. Not everybody will have the same behavior. And that's why human connections, emotions play a major role. Though what we do is that in the entire program, we talk about the nuances of investment planning to insurance, retirement, and tax planning, estate planning to personal risk management. And we actually ask them to prepare a financial case study also, a financial plan, a real life plan based on a case study, and then write the CFP examination. Now, interestingly, all these modules which are there in our curriculum are not there in the education system itself. That's the irony of our country and majority of the places around the world. So what we are trying to do is that we are trying to reach the schools, we are trying to reach the colleges, universities, professional institutions, MBA colleges, and we are trying to say that, okay, can we come together, join hands, and help people understand this as a life skill for their betterment? So one is learning this as a life skill. Two is to make it a professional career towards employability and entrepreneurship. Now, if you look at employability, it has got two words, employment and ability. Now, most of the people will come and tell you that, okay, India has got unemployment. I'm giving a statement here is that India has got unemployability. People are not able or capable enough to pick up the right job which is available in the market. If you are able, you will definitely get the job. So what we do is that through this kind of a professional program, we prepare people to become able and capable to go ahead and pick up the jobs which are available. In fact, the demand is high, supply is less. And practically, whether you become a professional or not, what is important for you is to learn this as a life skill for your own life.
Are people honest about their relationship with money? When, like as you said, it's like talking to a family doctor. So, they should understand the family history. But I feel still a lot of people are very shy when it comes to talking about money or where they've kept their money in this, like their nest eggs or, what they're spending on. It also kind of shows different aspects of their life. If you see somebody's accounting books, you know exactly what they're spending on. So, are people honest about their money when they come to a professional?
So, in fact, we have seen a journey. We were not honest. We used to hide because obviously we always had a worry that if I tell someone that I've got money, people will snatch it away from me. In case I tell people that I don't have money,
Insecurity. Yeah.
Then also people will feel that, oh, how poor he is, right? So practically what is important was that we need to talk about these things. In fact, on dinner table discussions, people talk about Pathan and Jawan movies and various other movies. Instead of that, if they start discussing about their money and their finances, that would be much better. In fact, there have been so many cases wherein people never informed the family. I'll quote a very simple example that one person met with a heart attack. He had a heart attack and he was in the hospital. The wife did not know that there is a health insurance policy also with him. She went ahead and sold her jewelry, whatever she had, and she also went ahead and took out her savings, etc. In fact, borrowed money from people to ensure that she's able to pay the hospital bills. Next day morning, when the person wakes up, he asks the wife that, okay, how did you pay the bills? And she said that I sold off my jewelry and exhausted all my savings and borrowed some money from someone else. He said, you should have checked the Almira. I had kept the health insurance policy there. What is important for us is to understand that if we have taken health insurance, if we have taken life insurance, if we have taken any other insurance, right, we should discuss and tell people. In fact, we should start carrying our health cards in our wallets when we move out anywhere. It might help you in terms of taking care of your expenses when you are hospitalized. So like a driving license or a PAN card, time has come for us to start carrying our health cards. And in addition to that, whatever investments, whatever savings, etc. we have got, time for us to go ahead and talk to the family, discuss about these things. In fact, kids should be prepared to manage these things better, because if we do not tell them these things at the younger age, they are going to face the similar difficulty that we have faced, right? So if we have learned something the harder way, time for us to go ahead and share that learning.
And what is the right age to start financial literacy?
So I think any student who is in school, in fact, I would say that, say, when you are 8 or 9, from that age only, you should start learning these aspects. Very, very basic. At least you should know that how the savings account works, how the money works, right? You should start looking at piggy banks, right? So all those things, kids can start doing it from the younger age. However, when it comes to getting educated towards your finances, I think it is the right time would be somewhere in your first year of graduation to your post-graduation. And then looking at a professional career after your graduation. Though our certification can be pursued during your graduation also, but then what we suggest is that you should practically look at it as a postgraduate program, because we are at the postgraduate level. A lot of people feel that, okay, I will be able to write these exams very easily and pass. I can tell you that none of the professional courses in this world are easy, right? They always come with a very strong rigor, and that's why you're known as a professional. But what is important is that you are able to learn the practical aspects of each and everything that has been taught to you in the classroom. So what we tell people is that please always give time to whatever you're studying, clear your concepts, because India does not need good professionals, but India needs good persons, right? Good people who are there to help people. See, it's a very, very noble profession. If somebody wants to make a career like a doctor or a teacher's profession, because you're helping.
Somebody's trusting you with their life savings. Yeah.
Correct. And you're helping, say, for example, if you help one person, you're helping a family.
A family, yeah.
Look at the multiplier. If you help a family, it helps the society. If you help the society, economy automatically grows.
What about women specifically? You know, that women we were never taught to make our own investments. It was something, the money was of the family was left to the men in the family. Is there a part of the program that's specifically helping women, or like, you know, is there a module that's for housewives? Or do you think that it's in the pipeline?
So practically, the modules are for everyone. However, we have taken a pledge, I would say. Currently, we are at 23% of women as a CFP professional in India. We are looking at touching a number of 35% by the end of the next year. But then I'll quote another example here. If you look at China, which is a close neighbor to us, China has got a different problem. 65% of their CFP professionals are women.
So how's that a problem?
No, so I'm saying
it's a different number.
Right? Yeah. So we have a problem to grow our numbers in terms of diversity for women.
So their ratio is skewed the other way, you mean?
Correct, correct. So which means that, see, women are better financial planners around the world. There have been so many examples. If you look at your own mother and yourself, right? Whatever money our parents used to give to our mothers, they used to manage everything and in fact save something out of it. Right? So they have been a good financial
invest in gold
planner.
And invest in which actually is a good investment now.
Correct. So a woman is always complete. But if this woman is able to go through our program, she will become more complete.
Coming to the budget now, and that's like the buzzword right now, you've said that it's one of the most transformative, growth-oriented, progressive budgets that you've seen. Why is that? Tell us the top 3 picks from this budget that you think is, it is as progressive as you think it is.
Wonderful question, and I think this is the buzzword right now. Before I talk about the budget, one thing I wanted to say is that every Indian should prepare their own budget also. Only 27% of the Indians right now prepare their budget. Budget is nothing but a statement of income and expenses, right?
So you think the national budget has very little to do with our personal
No,
expenses,
it,
no?
it always does that. But however, we have to look at our own income and expenses. It is
Every year?
important. Whenever the finance minister is preparing their budget, I think same day, if we sit down and look at our own budgets, it would be really
And
helpful.
like kind of tally and coordinate with it.
Correct. Now, talking about the current budget, which was announced on 1st of Feb, there have been so many lucrative things which have happened. The government has very clearly said that it is about investing in people towards their skills and entrepreneurship, which is a very, very significant step towards ensuring that we are able to educate people at large, give them the right skills. And in fact, if entrepreneurship happens, employability will automatically happen. We'll be able to create more jobs. The other thing which the government has done is that we have been given benefits on the personal tax side, right? From 7 lakh number to a 12 lakh plus 75,000 towards standard deduction. So most of the people who were paying taxes and their income was less than 12 lakh, right? I think time for them to celebrate. They have got more disposable income. However, time for them to also plan for investments, because in case you have got disposable income, go ahead and invest that money. So that's a very welcome step. This will actually help people in terms of coming to the tax radar, one. And when you file for ITR, at least you are transparent with the government in terms of what you have been able to do in your life. Second is it will also help you in safeguarding your money for your future protection, etc. So that's something which is a welcome move. In fact, FDI in the insurance sector, which is moving towards 100%, right, is another welcome step. Because what will happen is we'll see newer insurance products, newer insurance companies which are larger than what we have currently. And it will also help us in terms of improving the penetration towards life and general insurance in India.
Why is that? How is that?
See, what happens is when you have newer products and you have more disposable income,
Competition.
people are able to understand the right protection tools for themselves. And then innovation will also happen because of the competition, as you rightly mentioned. See, there was a time when people used to receive their life insurance policies before, I would say, 99, after their death. There have been cases wherein people have died and then the policy is coming. Now those days are gone. You get your policy on a click of a button, right? Because everything is digital. Digital India is moving towards the right direction, and it is actually helping us in various things. In fact, your claims can be settled on the spot without any worry. So that's another area to focus on. The government has also come up with certain benefits, like for example, TDS. If you are a PAN holder, you get TDS benefit. If you're a non-PAN holder, you end up paying more taxes. So practically, this will also help us bringing a lot of people into the tax fold. The other thing is TCS, which is tax collectible at source on the education loans. In fact, previously, if you are taking a loan of say 10 lakh rupees for your education, 50,000 was kept with the bank as a TCS. Now the entire 10 lakh comes to you. So it will also help you in terms of planning for your life better. The other thing is that the government has taken very significant steps in terms of ensuring that we are able to give an access to the NRIs to the Indian market through the GIFT City, which is the International Financial Services Center. There are so many new funds which are coming. There's so many new firms which are coming. In fact, now currently we have around 744 firms who employ around 28,500 people. The objective is to have around 150,000 people by 2030. So there's a good amount of demand which is going to increase in terms of employment opportunities for people at large in this field. In fact, people can go ahead and list their funds. Now there's a different listing which happens, right? So you'll be able to list your funds, and there will be a lot of transactions in terms of FDI and FII.
Like an individual stock exchange?
Yeah. So you can actually go ahead and have a fund listed. You can actually, as a proprietor, you can create your organization there and have your fund listed there. So there are various things which are coming up and very innovative solutions for people at large.
Where is this happening?
At GIFT City in Gandhinagar, we call it International Financial Services Center, managed by the International Financial Services Centers Authority.
And you are at the FPSB is also partnering with it?
Yes, so we have partnered with them. We have signed an MOU wherein we are trying to make GIFT City and IFSC the global finance hub of India. In fact, our objective is to create the right talent. So we are looking at attracting the talent for the GIFT City. We are also looking at retaining the talent, and we are also looking at upskilling and reskilling the talent for the future.
You also mentioned how there's a lot of emphasis on education in this current budget, and the atmosphere is being created for better upskilling and of talent. Can you elaborate on that?
Yes, and it's a very important question. See, if you look at the allocation this year, we have grown the education budget by 3 lakh crores, from 47 lakh crores to 50 lakh plus crores. Why we have done that is because number one, we need to improve the gross enrollment ratio in our country. Barring a few states, the gross enrollment ratios are pretty poor in our country. So we would like to encourage people to get admitted to schools, to colleges, to universities, to various programs. That's number one. So higher education.
That's the start. You have to
yes.
enroll yourself in school.
Correct. So that's the first step towards that. So I'm sure with the effort of the government, I think by 2035, 2040, we might cross the number of 50% gross enrollment, which is very significant. The second thing is that about skilling and entrepreneurship. So skills play a major role in our careers. Right, most of the people get education, but they are not skilled, and that's the reason why they are not able to pick up the jobs. So government has put in a lot of effort. In fact, women empowerment is one of the areas towards skilling. So they would like to skill a lot of women across this country so that they are able to create their own enterprises and they become self-reliant, which is Atmanirbhar Bharat. Right. So the entire effort towards Viksit Bharat 27 is towards creating the Atmanirbhar Bharat by giving entrepreneurial opportunities and skilling all the Indians towards the careers they would like to make in their lives. And then obviously with the education, I think it is very clearly said that when you educate one person, you are able to empower the society.
When is this? What are the targets set? What is the timeline for this?
So this is something, obviously the budget is prepared for 1 year. However, if you look at the steps which the government takes, so this is the first year wherein we have come up with a full-fledged budget. Last year was an interim budget, which came in July. Right, so this is a full budget. So I'm sure this will have its own fruits coming up in the next 5 years. So I'm hopeful that from 2025 to 2030, you'll see a lot of things happening in terms of the results coming in. However, these are going to evolve. Right, whatever we have decided this year does not mean that we'll stick to it this only. This will become much better in the next budget. This will become further better in the next budget after that. And we'll keep on evolving because this is an area of focus for the government. If you're looking at the becoming a developing country, developed country for the future, which is like Viksit Bharat, it is important that we are able to make each and every individual self-sustainable for the future.
What role does FPSB play in this vision for Viksit Bharat?
So our vision is very much aligned to their vision. Yes. So see, we say that, as I mentioned, that we might be educated, we are not financially educated. If we are able to make each and every Indian understand things about their finances, I think we have done our job. So our work is towards making everybody a financially educated individual towards a financially sustainable Viksit Bharat. Right? Because see, one individual sustained will automatically make the economy sustainable for the future. The irony is that most of the times, if you look at the sustainable development goals also and sustainable finance also, people talk about a top-down approach, which is economy should become sustainable. Economy will never become sustainable if the individual is not sustainable. So we will educate Bharat towards their finances. We will also create opportunities towards their employability. We will also create opportunities for them to practice and become entrepreneurs for the future.
And for a lay person, if they want to become, they want to get the certification program, how do they go about it?
So it's like after your 12th, you can apply towards the certification, start preparing.
Go on the website and just click and download a form.
However, we say that you should always go to a teacher before you study these things. Don't do it yourself. Again, people who do it themselves, they actually fail. And I've seen people who have done MBAs from the IIMs also failing in our exams because they think that they know everything. Interestingly, nobody knows anything about these subjects. Right? So
what about AI? Can it teach us?
AI is a part of our curriculum. In fact, we cover that. In fact, we cover sustainability and ESG also in our curriculums. However, one interesting fact, it is said that AI was developed in the year 1954. AI is coming. It is doing a lot of things. In fact, robots are coming. Robots are pretty interesting. We call them softwares also. They can work 24/7 for us. They can give us whatever data we want without taking us salary from us or maybe a tea break or a coffee break. They can work as and when we want them to work. However, what they cannot do is take decisions for us. Right? So these robots will come, artificial intelligence will evolve.
They can read the algorithm of my spending pattern and then maybe take a decision.
No, not. See, they can give you an option. Right? However, decision has to be taken by the human. And humans take decisions based on their emotions. Right? If you look at a stock market is completely sensitive and emotion based. It is not scientific, right? So you cannot have a formula that, okay, last 30 years, if this fund has grown, so this will happen next month again.
You need a gut feeling.
It is gut feeling. It is about various sensitivities which happen. See, stability in the government also leads to the betterment in the stock market, right? The investments which are coming to the market also lead to betterment in the stock market, right? So the way in which we are planning for our future, right? So look at this, that does the government do? They do two things. One is they prepare a fiscal policy wherein they work at the changes in the government expenditures and changes in the taxes. The second is monetary policies, which is being prepared by the RBI, wherein they look at the money supply as well as the interest rates in the country. Both are interrelated, right? And we are also connected to that. Now, if government is spending some money in education, in power sector, in infrastructure, right, that money is coming back to the society, to the individuals later on, because they are going to use it as a disposable income. Whatever we spend or whatever we invest also goes back to the government for doing the expenditures. In case of taxes, also change in taxes also help. Somebody said that, okay, receipts will reduce. But practically the receipts for the government is going to go up because a lot of people will become more transparent and more agile and adaptable to this new change, right? So going forward, you will see more people coming to the tax fold. And India, it will actually help India in terms of increasing its revenue base as well as increasing its GDP. I can tell you that the kind of steps the government has taken, I'm sure we'll become a 5 trillion economy by 2028, not 2030.
And the stock markets have been in the red for some time.
Yeah.
Will it improve?
It has already started improving. See, people were waiting for the budget to come. So whenever budget comes, you'll see some kind of a lull
activity
for a certain period.
A lull.
Doesn't matter. See, it's like a zigzag motion, right? So sometimes it will go up, sometimes it will come down. Now, to get a straight line, it is always advisable that don't put all your money in one basket, right? So all your eggs should not be in one basket. You have to diversify your assets.
That's actually one of my last questions to you. Like top 3 advice for anybody who wants to start from scratch, about with their money, like their savings.
Sure.
So first you should tell us how much should we save, how much should we invest? Like if I'm making 100 rupees, what's your advice?
So see, practically my first thing would be that you should start from your first salary. And in case you have not, start now.
Start now.
Yeah, so it is important that you start planning immediately. Yeah, don't delay. The second thing which is important is that, see, it is about your own risk appetite and your own expenses. They cannot be a formula. Some people will say 60-40, 20-30. No, don't look at those formulas. Don't believe anyone for this. You know what you are meant for.
It's hyper-personalized.
Correct. It is completely personalized. So you have to decide that. Number 3 is that asset diversification is the key. So you have to look at diversification. And whenever you're looking at getting or taking any kind of asset or investments, etc., whatever you do, try to look at protecting your principal. Protection of the principal is a must. And to do that, you should always ask and check the qualification of the person who is coming and giving you the advice. Don't take the advice from everyone. You'll see a jhola chap doctor on the road. Do you go and talk to him? No, you don't do that, right? You don't go to the Google in case you're not well. For example, somebody is having a syndrome like waiting for one salary to another after every 10th, then this is like a disease. Somebody who has got more money and he doesn't know what to do with that, this is another disease, right? So it is, you have to identify what is the disease you have, what is the syndrome you have, and go to the expert, talk to them, and then take the advice. Don't go to everyone. Don't listen to the influencers who are there on the social media. If somebody is talking about only stocks or products or transactions, don't believe them. Don't believe someone who comes with a higher interest rate or higher benefit, because if somebody is talking about a higher benefit, there must be something wrong somewhere, because the benefits will come compounded with time only. It cannot happen quickly. And also, very important, define your short-term goals and long-term goals. Try to keep a balance. Never use your short-term money for long-term and long-term money for short-term.
So again, coming back to it, you're saying that, if I'm waiting for my next salary to come, that means there's something wrong in the way I've managed my money. It's not because of inflation.
That's right. It's about...
So again, coming back to, we can be richer with the same amount of money that we have.
Very true. In fact, nobody has become richer by earning a salary or by becoming an entrepreneur. People have become richer by investing money and growing it further. In fact, if you look at the Fortune 500 companies globally now, interestingly, they make lesser money from their core business and more money from investment income. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Krishan. We look forward to more podcasts with you, because I think this is a space that's still very, very new for a lot of people, and they need to get the right advice from the right person. So thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for inviting me. I look forward to meeting you once again. Thank you. All the very best.
If you like the episode, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. All our socials are listed below, and keep watching the Statesman Talk.